In this episode, I'll be sharing how manifesting really works, so you know exactly how everything comes together to help you change your life. So let's get started. Hi, I'm Katie, and after many years as a struggling single mum, I transformed into a highly successful manifester with multiple businesses, better relationships, financial abundance, and way more peace, joy, and happiness in my life. Each week, I share the real secrets around how to manifest successfully, as well as the amazing and sometimes crazy lessons I've learned along the way, so that you can apply it all to your own manifesting, transforming your life from the inside out. This is That Manifesting Podcast. Welcome back to the Manifesting Podcast. In this episode, I'm breaking down how the different elements of manifesting come together. I know that I've got a mixed audience. Some people are new on their manifesting journey and others may have been around it for a little while, but I just thought it would be a good idea to explain how the different elements of what you're doing come together and actually create the manifesting outcomes that you get. And what you'll see is as we go through, you'll see that without certain elements, you won't get the outcomes that you want. So manifesting is really, as any other spiritual practice, is open to interpretation. You know, people want to change their lives. That's the core of it. But unfortunately, what this does is it leaves it open to a lot of clickbaity content, and it can make manifesting seem a bit like magic or spells or like some secret club that only certain people can do. And I bought into that hype. I've spoken about it before, but you know, I was the person that was sitting on YouTube trying all these different tutorials that were doing all these weird and wacky things, just hoping that I could manifest a new life. But all it did was just set me up for disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. And the truth is, what it really takes to manifest isn't sexy and cool for a YouTube video. It does require hard work and a lot of inner work. And manifesting is something that's really simple, but it's not easy. And I think that's what frustrates me a lot with the industry is there's so much out there that is just setting people up for disappointment and actually preventing people from manifesting what they want rather than telling them what they really need to know. So that's me off my soapbox. I just wanted to say that. So to keep it simple, what I'm going to do is describe all the elements of manifesting in the analogy of a car journey, because I think that will just help bring it to life a little bit more rather than me sounding like some weird encyclopedia, like reading quotations and descriptions out to you. So although saying that, cars might not be the best example for me. I am terrible with direction. I once tried to drive to Birmingham and ended up in Southend-on-Sea. And that is a true story. I got in my little car with no sense of direction. Producer Ashley is absolutely laughing at me right now. And I decided I wanted to go to Birmingham shopping. So I got on the motorway, but I was going in the wrong direction. So I was headed towards London. I was absolutely scared for my life. I didn't dare get off the motorway in case I went even further incorrect. So I kept going until I couldn't go anymore. And that was Southend-on-Sea. So instead of going Birmingham shopping for the day, I ended up in Southend-on-Sea. So I don't know why I'm really doing an analogy of a car journey, because it's probably the worst one I could use for me. But there you go, little side note story for you there. So, so let's start. So the car is your life. The car is what you start with. The car represents your entire life. What you start with might not be your car forever. You could have a shiny car and a gorgeous car. You could have a car that's dented. It could be rickety with a lot that needs doing. And that is really representative of your life. Some people seem to have a perfect life with everything going great. Some people have got a couple of things they might want to change. Some people are just dragging a heap of a life through life and they just need to know how to change it. And the misconception that's around there is that you'll always end up with a very perfect life if you're a successful manifester or a fancy car that you'll love. But that's not true, because just like any car, there will always be things that need doing. Life will never be perfect in all aspects with no issues. You just get the opportunity to fix it and carry on going. So yeah, in the analogy of the journey, the car, that's your life. So you, as a person, are the driver of the car. A common misconception here is that the universe will always bring what's best, and the universe is the driver of your car or your life. But if that were true, then we'd all live lives getting perfect results because that's what the universe wanted. But this is just simply not true. We are co-creators with the universe, but we decide the direction. But the universe is not a person. It doesn't want anything to happen. It just is. So with my love life, that reflected really well, because I was always of the mantra, what will be, when it came to love. When anyone asked me, when are you going to find a boyfriend, Katie? I would just say, what will be. And that is how I ended up single for 11 years, because I kind of put it on the universe to just deliver somebody. But actually, I have to take control. I have to be the driver of the car or the driver of my life. So yes, so the car, that's your life. The driver, that's you, not the universe, as you may be told on other content that you see online. So your beliefs, your stories, and your identity are the fuel and the accelerator. So your beliefs, your stories, and your identity will decide how far, how fast, and how effective you are. So your beliefs, they are the things that you believe to be true about your life, which then turn into stories. These are the stories that you tell people about your life, and those then also become your identity. So these are the things that, just like fuel in a car, if you have the wrong fuel or the wrong belief, stories, and identity, then your manifesting doesn't work as you want to, or your car doesn't drive in the direction or as far or as fast as you want it to. You know, you have the wrong beliefs. It's like taking your foot off the accelerator or not having enough fuel. Everything stops until you refuel your tank. And the same is true. Everything with manifesting what you want will stop or pause until you shift your beliefs, your stories, and your identities. Now, the misconception here is that other people have the power to make things happen in your life. So if somebody did this, then I would become this. If, again, taking the love example, if I had this partner, then I'd be happy. Or if I had this business, then I'd feel fulfilled in life. And that is actually a massive misconception. If you've seen any of these Get Your Ex Back manifesting videos, then you'll know that they don't work. And that is because we are the fuel. We are the fuel. Our beliefs, our stories, our identity are the fuel and also the accelerator to how fast we can get our dreams. You know, so many people put too much emphasis on other people to achieve. And I did this myself when it came to work. I put my emphasis, the fuel in my life was about getting someone or convincing someone else to give me a promotion, rather than getting out and starting my own business and making my own more money and just being more successful. I put the fuel in my life on other people to deliver for me. But actually, it was when I shifted my own beliefs, my stories, and my identity that then the magic started to happen, and my car, my life started to move at a much faster pace. So that's the fuel and the accelerator. So next up, we've got the ego, or the conscious mind. People describe it in both ways, and that's the brake. Your ego and your conscious mind can either slow you down, it can stop you. We've done an episode on conscious mind manifesting, and that really brings to life the thought that your conscious mind is your brake. It's the one thing that will really stop you, hold you. And it's only when you start to move away from listening to your conscious mind that you'll start to move your car again, move your life again. Your conscious mind is always looking for logical and rational steps to take to make something happen. Your conscious mind is anti-intuition, but it's your intuition and your subconscious mind working together that really helps you to achieve what you want when it comes to manifesting in your life. So yeah, your ego and your conscious mind is the brake. And then we come to the universe, and the universe is the sat-nav. Katie should have had a sat-nav when she tried to go to Birmingham and ended up in Southend-on-Sea. But anyway, the universe is the sat-nav. As the driver, you're deciding the end destination. It's the universe's job to get you there in terms of the direction. But obviously that's providing you have the right fuel. It's providing you don't have your foot on the brake. It's providing you use the accelerator. So the universe doesn't have opinions. It just reacts to conditions, and like a sat-nav, re-navigates the journey and updates the timing. So that's the way to look at it. The universe is just there to help direct you to where you want to be, but you have to decide where you're going. And finally, we've got your higher self. And your higher self are the road signs. They work harmoniously with the sat-nav, the universe, to send you signs that you're going the right way. So you might be like me and you might drive somewhere and you're listening to your sat-nav and you're following the directions, but you still look at the road signs and you just make sure that actually the sat-nav is the right thing for you and it's taking you on the right journey. And that's exactly the same with your higher self. Now, if you haven't heard the term higher self before, your higher self is your inner spiritual guide, really. It's the part of you that's closest to universal energy. And it's the part of you that is completely pure, it's completely positive, it's completely loving, and it sees the potential in you. It is you, but it's the part of you that's connected more closely to universal energy. So it's not marred by everything that's happened in life that maybe hasn't gone so well. So yes, your higher self are the road signs, and that will come out in the desire to take inspired action, random action that you hadn't thought of before. And that's how it works in conjunction with the sat-nav. So in summary, the car analogy, when it comes to manifesting, the car is your life. That is what you are driving. You are the driver of the car, not the universe. Your beliefs, your stories, your identity are the fuel and the accelerator. Your ego or conscious mind is the brake. It can slow you down or stop your progress. The universe is the sat-nav. You decide the end destination as the driver, and the universe helps get you there. And your higher self are the road signs, working harmoniously with the sat-nav to send you signs that you're going the right way. So that's it. That's the basic description. Obviously, there's so much more to it, really loads of in-depth stuff, but I just thought giving you that analogy will really help you when you're going on your day-to-day life, thinking about your manifesting. You can use that car analogy to decide, am I doing something that's putting the brake on, or is this going to help me accelerate, or is that a road sign I need to listen to, or am I taking control of my life and driving this car? So that's my intention for this episode, is really just to help you understand how all the different elements of manifesting come together to help you create the life that you have and that you want in the future. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed listening, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe and leave a review, because it really does help me to reach more people. I've left some links in the show notes so you can connect with me, or you can grab one of my manifesting resources. Until next week, sending you lots of love, light, and manifesting vibes.